3, 2, 1. Hold on. Eyes open. Episode number 182 of the Left Hand Labs podcast is live. And I gotta look on my phone and make sure that everything is copacetic. But I think I just found out how to stream from multiple things at one time. So I think that this is being streamed live on Periscope and live on Twitter. No, live on Twitter and live on YouTube at the same time. I think so, but I'm not sure. Okay, I see myself on Periscope right now. I see Periscope, so Periscope is working. Now I gotta check YouTube. If the YouTube is working, then this is fucking fire. I did it. I figured out how to do it, how to stream. Now look, so now it's no excuse. This make me want to do a 10-hour podcast. I'm not even gonna lie. Is it streaming right now on YouTube? That is the key. That is what I'm checking for right now. How do I know if I'm streaming live on YouTube? Like I can't see it from my videos. So where do I see it at on YouTube? Jarrett Allen and Andre Drummond start together. Okay. Thanks for that update. Am I live? Your videos, your movies and shows? No, that's not it. Has anyone ever done this before? Streamed directly to YouTube? Has anyone ever done this? How can I look and see? Okay, it's live right now. It's live. It says episode 182 of the Left Hand Lab podcast. So it's live, but is it showing myself or is it frozen? I'm going to play it. Let me know if y'all hear sound. So it's live. Oh, that's it. It works. It's working. It's working. Somebody ring the doorbell. I'm in the middle of the podcast. It's nothing I can really do about that. Okay, I just had to make sure it worked. So we're good. Eyes open. I already said this episode 182. I told y'all I was going to figure out how to do this. This is going to shave down on mad time. Now I'm not going to have to upload the video to YouTube after. I'm just going to have to upload the audio to the iTunes podcast app. And I'm green. So, before we go any further, make sure you rate and review on the iTunes podcast app. If you're watching on, if you're listening on the iTunes podcast app, it's free. Doesn't cost you any money. It takes 5 seconds. All you gotta do is go and just leave 5 stars. After you leave the 5 stars, write you a little review. Know what I mean? Say, like, yo, I really like how Shop MJ is posing. Let me lift it up so you can see Shop MJ. So you can see Shop MJ posing. Oh, you know what? The chat is here too. The chat is ready to display messages. So now I can see when anybody is talking in the chat on Periscope or on YouTube, it's going to show up right here. Bang, da-da-dang. It's going to show right up, and then I can see everything. I could answer, because before, remember, I didn't answer the questions when people talk in the chat. Now I can answer all questions. Live chat. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it from here, from the live chat section. When one pops up, we'll check back and see. I'm going to go back to the big screen. But I could just go bam, and then bam, like this. Look how I do it. Bam. Then look, watch. Bam, I go back. And then look. Bam, I could go there. And you can see that if you want to. And then I could go back to this. Bang. Or if I get people in on a Zoom, I could do it here. But I might not even have to use Zoom. I might be able to use this. I'm not even sure. That was a black screen. Pardon me. So, look. You might say, like, in the comments, when you leave in the comments, like, yo, I like Shop MJ in the back. This is the first time I seen him without the Kobe jersey on in mad long. And it's the reason why the Kobe jersey not on Shop MJ. It's not because he asked to take it off because he not messing with Kobe no more. That's not the reason. I'll explain the reason in a second. Because I know why the Super Bowl went like how it did yesterday. That's all I'm going to say is I know why the Super Bowl went how it did yesterday. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to tell you How? I'm just gonna tell you. I'll explain it all in a second. I know exactly the reason. And the crazy part is, I'm a part of the reason why the Super Bowl went how it did yesterday. I know for some people it wasn't enjoyable. Some people it was. Some people were elated to see Tom Brady do his thing. Some people were not. Some people were happy just to see Mahomes and them not run it up. A lot of people lost a lot of bets on a lot of tickets, I'm sure, because you had Mahomes over, Tyreek Hill over, this, that, over. But a lot of people were smart. I heard a lot of people say, you don't bet against Brady. I heard a lot of people say that. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to always keep it G-real. A lot of people said that. So I'll explain in a minute why the Super Bowl went like how it did. Because I was a part of it. I was the reason. I was a big reason why. We'll talk about it. If you're watching on the YouTube, if you're watching the live stream, or if you're interested in watching the live stream on YouTube, just go to YouTube and just type Shop Heirlooms in on YouTube, and the channel will pop right up, or Left Hand Labs Podcast, whichever one you want, but you can just type in Shop Heirlooms. Go ahead to the YouTube. Make sure y'all rate and review. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe to the live stream. It's very important and highly appreciated. And I think that's it for the preliminaries. This episode 182. Think of somebody with number 82 in sports. I'm thinking. Let's go to here. We got one person watching on Periscope, nobody on YouTube. But don't worry. It'll happen in time. Number 82 in the NFL. Who would think of somebody with the number 82? It's escaping me. Reed from the Bills. What's Reed from the Bills? Bills. Reed. Hall of Famer. Damn, I can't think of somebody. Who were number 8? Who? The Bills had Eric Moulds. They had Lee Evans. They had, who was number 80? Who was the Bills' big receiver they had? The big son that was nice. This is not going to be the Jason Witten episode. I don't know why Jason Witten name didn't pop in my head. Pause. Number 82. I don't. Oh, Antoine Randall. Is that Randall? Was Antoine Randall number 82? Yes. This is the Antoine Randall episode, ladies and gentlemen. Unless anybody in the NBA wore 82. I say this is nobody wore up. Somebody did. Whoever this is. This is the Antoine Randall. Baron Davis in New York was 82. Sure was. My boy Blue is in the whole knee up. Explosion. Pause. That was bad for business. But okay, this is the Antoine Randall episode. I'm sure it was his episode last year. You see the DMXs, the 10s right there, the Iversons. Those might be the best Iversons. I'm not sure. Everybody had those when they were younger. I know I did. This is the Antoine Randall episode. We got Derrick Rose back on the Knicks. I'm going to give y'all an explanation or my reaction to that. So if you've been listening to the podcast long enough, maybe you know how I feel about that. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But we'll talk about that. Bunch of whatever little things we could think of. Maybe some trades. Maybe some the All-Star game is almost here, and once All-Star break is here, that's when the trade deadline comes. So we'll see what's shaking. Chris Paul is not starting. It's okay. I knew what I was getting in. I knew what I was asking for because when I traded, in fantasy, I traded AD away. He's gone. And I got Jimmy Butler and Chris Paul for him. Hey, say what you want to say. I had to get Anthony Davis off my team. Jimmy Butler is young enough, and Chris Paul, I can get Cliff for the end of his career. Hopefully he don't start missing too many games. I know AD's not playing today, but I got Kuzma. And Kuzma's going to start whenever AD doesn't, so I can always start him then. So it is what it is. But let's get the sponsors out of the way and get into this episode. This is really fire that I'm streaming. Let's see. Anybody talking in the chat? Nobody. When somebody does, though, it's going to pop up right here. Matter of fact, let's test it out right now. Let's test it out and see if it works. I'm going to type in the YouTube chat. Let's test it out. Whoa. I got to mute myself so it's not. Let's see if it works. You can hear me? I'm going to say, wow. Great podcast. Wow, great podcast. I put it in the chat. Let's see if it pops up. It says the chat is ready to display messages. Why is it not? Why is it not showing up in the chat? It just says that. There it is. There it is. That's YouTube. Okay. Now let me see if I do it. Let me see if I do it from the Periscope. Can I comment? Say something. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Amazing podcast. Let's see if it shows up. Yep, that's it. So now I can see now I can add more people. Maybe I'll start streaming this joint to Twitch. Maybe I'll start streaming this joint everywhere. That's insane. Hey, it may not mean nothing to y'all, but to me, this is everything. That's like amazing. I can't believe that this is finally, I got everything tied in. I always said I was going to figure out how to do it, and it wasn't very difficult. I guess I was just being lazy. And so laziness sucks. Don't be lazy. But okay, let's get the sponsors out the way, and then we can get into this episode. This podcast is sponsored by Shop Heirlooms, premier vintage goods and memorabilia. You can follow the shop as well as the podcast on all social media at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms. Yo, I know the snow is falling, right? You got a shovel. Super Bowl is over. You upset. No more fantasy unless you're playing fantasy basketball. It's just a lot of things to be discouraged about. But fear not. Shop Heirlooms got the answer to all your problems. This is the sponsors. Sponsor voice. You know what makes you feel good? And on Valentine's Day, I know you want a Valentine. Is when you buy New Wave. You gotta buy yourself New Wave. I'm telling you, people. You see the NASCAR tee behind me. If you're watching on the YouTube, make sure you watch the live stream of the podcast. You can see just Wave like this NASCAR jacket. You can see the jerseys in the background. You can see the tees. You can see the Sixers shorts up there. The Iverson joints from that era. The blue joints. Get yourself some New Wave. Come on down to the shop. Know what I mean? And level yourself up. Don't you want to be nice? Don't you want to look nice on Valentine's Day? And if you can't make it down to the shop, you can always go hit the website, www.shopheirlooms.store. Next day shipping on every order. You order something, it gets shipped out the next day. That's light work. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Unless you order on Saturday. The post office closed on Sunday. You got to wait till Monday. But best believe, it's humming. It's humming. It's coming right to you. Pause. And I think that's it. The Antoine Rendelel episode 182. Let's play the intro music. We're going to talk about this Super Bowl. Anybody in the chat? No, just me. It's okay. We're going to talk about this Super Bowl. We're going to talk about Derrick Rose on the Knicks. Intro music coming right now. All right. Be right back.
I used to roll me a big fine L, then watch a whole lot of basketball and Soundcloud. Aside from my fish scale clientele, there are a few things I know as well as basketball and Soundcloud. 40 carats, phrases, 40's parrots. Mimic the style, you get embarrassed. Ditch the filthy habits. In a limousine, every limousine covered in supply fabrics. Still wreaking havoc for them cash that will rob you for your pack. Back when Robert Pack was a maverick who had chicks to give wavy wop. It's not trading cards when I see your shorty gave me tops. Teeth look like chiclets, big and white like Rick Smith's. I'm at my Travis best. The rest is average at best, and this that land bias in its purest form. Word is Bon Jovi, word is Sean. If you don't recognize it, you'll respond. Catch a bigger bullet than George Marathon. Ric Flair with the chops. And they thought he's gonna flop. Finally back on the top. I already made it to the finals playing with Sagana Job.
Finally back on the top. Already made it to the finals. Yo, I could stream to Facebook too, but I really don't want to. Because I just don't want my... Like, Facebook is all your family members and stuff like that in there. I say curse words on the podcast. I don't know how I feel about that. I know my dad gonna be in there being annoying. I might do it though. Next episode, I'm gonna just link to Facebook, and I'm just gonna go live on Facebook. I'm gonna go live everywhere for the Left Hand Let's podcast. I think I might do it, but I can see how it's gonna go. I already know how it's gonna go, but it is what it is. Now, you watched the Super Bowl. Everybody watched the Super Bowl. We saw it, right? We saw it. We saw what was going on. I'm gonna keep it G real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100% G real. I know exactly why it happened the way it did. I know exactly why Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs scored 0 points, 0 touchdowns, just field goals. They should have gave Butker is his name, the kicker, Harrison Butker or something like. Should have gave him the $500 million because he the only one that was ready to play in the Super Bowl. Nobody else was ready to play. Mahomes ran around. Who he look like out there? He looked like Tua, right? When you got no receivers, your receivers can't get open, right? When your receivers can't get open, closing it may improve the response. No, come on, don't worry about that. When your receivers can't get open, right? When the offensive line is just not doing a great job, the quarterback don't look like he worth $500 million, huh? Y'all was Tua's this, Tua's that. We had no receiver. Offensive line was decent, but we got no receivers that can get open. That's what happens. But that's not why. I know why Sunday went how it went, and it starts with me. So I wake up on Sunday night. On Sunday morning. My girlfriend, she comes. She stays Saturdays and Sundays. This is how it works usually. You know what I mean? That's we have what's it called? With something, a routine. That's routine, right? So I wake up. Now we know we get word it's gonna be a crazy snowstorm. Crazy snowstorm. You get word, right? I'm locked out. I hear, oh babe, no, I gotta go. I'm like, it's early, but I'm asleep. I'm like, huh? And I look, and I'm like, oh no, that's just the snow from last time. She said, no, it's coming down, cats and dogs. So I'm like, damn. So I get up, and I mean, we up now. I gotta go outside. I gotta take the snow off of her car. I go outside, there's so much snow. And I'm like, yo, how is this even possible? Like, it just got finished snowing for 2 days. And I just got finished doing all that shoveling, but it's shoveling again now, right? I mean, it's snowing again. I clean the car off. While I'm cleaning the car off, it's more snow. Like, I'm getting one side, it's snow piling up on the other side right after I cleaned it off. It's insane. So I get it done, get her out of there. So now my morning is all just shot. I'm excited for the Super Bowl, but it just threw me off. And I'm like, oh, I woke up way earlier than I wanted to. My leg is leaving. It's just no good. So, but I'm cruising on. I mean, whatever. She probably was gonna leave on. If it didn't snow, she was probably gonna leave early anyway because she don't like sports. So I finally finish cleaning up and stuff, cleaning myself off, getting myself together after shoveling. I come in the house. Oh, getting her car out, not shoveling yet. And in the chat, first thing I see is a text message from Steven. You know Steven from Django. Not that Steven, but similar. Know what I mean? Sky, he lives in Missouri. This is Temp. Temp loves the Kansas City Chiefs. And he loves to talk bad about the Miami Dolphins, who, in fact, had the second best record in our group chat for the S&P Fantasy League. The Miami Dolphins had the second best record. We were 10-6. We were a game out of the playoffs. We shouldn't even have been there. They beat us this season, whatever. But it's people in there that like the Eagles, that like the Jets, that like the Redskins, that like just teams that aren't as good as us. You feel what I'm saying? We had a great record. We did a lot of good things. But the first thing this man says, who likes the Kansas City Chiefs, first thing he says when he wakes up in the morning is, L, you will never know how it feels to wake up to see your team playing in the Super Bowl. And I'm like, this what you thinking about? early in the morning when it's time for your team to play the biggest game of the year, the game that matters, you're worrying about me and what my team is doing and what I'll feel and what my team won't do. You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong mind frame. You need to get your life straight and together, because right now it's not. And so we go, and once in a group chat, we got to talk about group chats, y'all. Group chats sometimes are very toxic, and some people, even if stuff has no like facts or truth behind it, they just like to gang up just to get a reaction out of people. You understand what I'm saying? And to keep the heat off of them. So you got people it was real corny move by a lot of everybody in the chat. Very like corny to be piling and laughing. Like if you like the Jets, you like the teams that sucked this year. Like, why are you laughing at that? Like, it's not even funny. It's like, all right, well, that's not even realistic. You're not even being realistic. You just like being silly because the Dolphins got like, and then you get, oh, your Super Bowls were so long, and you get a lot of nonsense going on. So their teams are gonna get it too. Don't worry. But it was a lot of that and I'm like, yo, wake up and enjoy. Get your mind right for the game. I mean, eat some breakfast or something. And he ragged on and put this gif of Matt Hawk, I think, getting trying to placehold for a kick, and the snap came early and hit him in the helmet. I'm like, okay. So I say nothing after a while. I said, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing else. But I knew he just jinxed himself. And every Kansas City Chief fan out there, you just been jinxed. It really just happened. You just been jinxed. They didn't know it. I knew it though. I knew it. I knew. It's no way the universe is going to let this slide. No way. No way the universe is going to let this slide. I'm telling you, it's no way, and it was no way. So, what ended up happening? The game comes. I say nothing in the chat. Tom Brady drives down the field, meticulous. Gronk, touchdown. And a play that looked like Andy Reid drew it up himself. Touchdown. Then you had, what was the second touchdown? Well, Gronk didn't get the second one. Gronk got the second one too, off like a pass interference or some shit like that. Then, what's my man name? AB, who I'm very happy for, who Tom vouched for. So shout out to him for vouching for AB. He got a touchdown too. It all got very ugly, very quiet. It got very ugly, very, very fast, very quickly. Not Emmanuel, but quickly. And next thing you know, 31-9, long story short, the game is over. Steven is talking about the refs. He's talking about this. You get the people. No. The defense, Todd Bowles, which I said the linebackers in Tampa are just crazy. 45, crazy. Tony Dungy said on a Rich Eisen show that he reminds him of Derrick Brooks. I'm not going to go that far, but he knows more about football than me. And that's what he said. You just got high praise from all over the place for the linebackers. Levante David, they were running around the field. First of all praises due. You got to give all praises due to the Bucs, to Todd Bowles and that defense, to Byron Leftwich, to Brady, everybody. I don't want to. It sucks for Belichick, who's going to get the rap that, you see what happened? He gets to the bowl right after he leaves from the Patriots. I'm not on that party because the Patriots weren't themselves. They didn't have their defense, which was their dominating defense that was scoring mad points and going crazy. They didn't have that. Because that's the team that Tom had. That's the team that Tom had minus the defense. And they lost in the first round of the playoffs. So that goes to show you, without that defense, they weren't good. And Tom wasn't that good. And people are ignoring that point. They were not that good last year. Their defense just was insane. That's why they won all them games. It is what it is. That's the truth. But I'm first of all, hats off. Much respect. I'm happy it happened. I had no rooting interest in the game. I told y'all this last episode of the pod. I wanted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win because I wanted Tim to be upset. That was really that was my only motivation for even it wasn't not motivation, but that was my only rooting interest it was for Tim to be upset. And I got my wish, so I'm happy. We didn't get a good game, but it was funny to see it all happen like that. And the chat was begging, L gonna fry you, this, that, and the third. We definitely put Shop MJ in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey. Shop MJ, how did you like putting on the Buccaneers jersey? And how do you feel about Tom Brady? Is he the caliber of athlete that you are? No, right? I don't get why people saying he's the best football player, one of the best athlete. He's not. It's not even close. I don't think he's the best football player, and I definitely don't think he's more of a champion than you, Shop MJ. I'm just letting you know that. That's why. You got anything to say? Okay. Sometimes silence is a response in itself. Point proving and taken. The football season is over now. Next year, I think the Rams are going to win the NFC. I really do. With Matt Stafford coming there, that's going Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp and let's see what happens with the draft where Deshaun Watson goes. But I see next year, Bucks not going back. They were not the best team in the NFC. The Packers had a bad first. That defense was just crazy. They had a bad first half, man. Tom threw 3 picks in the second half. I really wanted to see Aaron Rodgers go and take the MVP. And that's another thing. Awards came out. We're gonna talk about that. Take the MVP and the Super Bowl. In the same year. But I see Packers, Rams, NFC Championship next year. AFC. I really don't think the Chiefs are going to get back to three straight Super Bowls. They're not that. They aren't. They should have lost the Super Bowl last year. I don't know if y'all remember. But it was 20-10 with like 7 minutes left. And the 49ers smoked it. And they had Jimmy G. But let's see what happens. I don't know. Now the awards came out. Hall of Fame came out. Calvin Johnson went. And it's just so happened to be the Calvin Johnson last episode. Well-deserved. Charles Woodson. Peyton Manning. John Lynch is not a first ballot Hall of Famer in my opinion. He's really not. He was a good player, but I think you could tell the story of football without John Lynch. I really do. I think like in order to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, this is what Cowherd said. I agree with this. And I think Skip said this too. Like you should be able, when you mention football or the story of football, you can't leave that person's name out. John Lynch is not one of those people to me. John Lynch better than Ed Reed? Hell, he's not even. I don't even think he's on the same level as Ed Reed, or Troy Polamalu, or let me think of great safeties. Would you have rather had Sean Taylor or John Lynch? Give me Sean Taylor. I'd rather have him. He's dead. He didn't even get to play all his whole career. R.I.P. And also R.I.P. to my boy Eric Wade, my point guard. My best year in MCAT, my coming out party, I averaged like 16. Lots of threes every game. Eric was my PG. My boy died in Puerto Rico yesterday. Drowned. I wish people weren't going on vacation now. I was really like, it shit blew my mind earlier. And it's fucked up because he was a good dude. Me and Eric used to, the people, you don't see, 2006 was maybe the last time I saw him. Maybe I saw him after that. I'm not sure. But we always kept in touch and talked on Facebook, on social networks or whatever. Because he always, people like to talk bad about my Knicks and stuff. And we always kept in touch that way. And it's just sad. That's Stanley's cousin. I definitely sent my condolences out. I pray for Stan. Pray for Eric. I told Eric on one of his comments on the gram, like, yo, tell God to pull some buttons. I mean, let the Knicks win the lottery or draft lot, something. You up there, R.I.P. That's just sad. But on another note, yeah, John Lynch, he's just not a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer at least. No. But the biggest mistake or upset of the weekend was Brian Flores not getting Coach of the Year, Xavier Howard not getting Defensive Player of the Year. What? How? I guess because we didn't make the playoffs. Flores, we went from fucking 6-10 or 5-11 to 10-6, dominating people, won big games, had Tua starting a rookie with no training camp and all that kind of stuff. That's ridiculous that we didn't win. He didn't win Coach of the Year. He was definitely the Coach of the Year this year in the NFL. And Xavier Howard was the Defensive Player of the Year. All those interceptions, 10 interceptions. It's a shame. It's really a shame. It's a travesty. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, the Knicks. We just lost to the Heat. A game we should have won, but we beat the Blazers. So, happy about that. But Julius Randle is an all-star. That's first thing first. And I do not want to do anything that's going to mess up Julius Randle and his production. I also don't want to mess up Quickly's production or Obi Toppin's. I said production. Development for them. Oh, and Obi Toppin is open a lot. You see him, his videos out there, him with his hand up, going for oops. He's ready to catch oops. They're playing zone against us. Where the zone, they're trapping everything. Throw the ball up. I'm telling you, we need somebody who's going to be able to throw oops to Obi Toppin. We still don't have that. In our recent trade of Dennis Smith Jr. and the second round pick, not ours, I think like the Charlotte one or something, a pick that's who cares? We got Derrick Rose back. Now, Derrick Rose made a lengthy post, right? We gotta look at this. We're gonna go and we're gonna see we're gonna see what happened. Now, if you remember, the first time Derrick Rose got traded to the Knicks, there were tears. He was crying like, "Oh my God, I don't want to go. I don't want to play for them. I hate the Knicks." Right? This real disrespectful, very disrespectful. That's what he did. He didn't want to play for us, right? Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is what Derrick Rose said. Let's read his post. Y'all can see what I'm looking at, right? Y'all can see. Derrick Rose said, What is your personal legend? What is your legend? I don't know. What is your legend? Okay. Are you still searching for your treasure, or are you still content with working at the crystal shop? This experience we call life will always challenge you to your core, especially if you're trying to master your craft. You got to have a special group of people to vent and leave it there. Vent to and leave it there. Don't hold on to those emotions. Don't bitch or complain about the journey because the story is already written. Hate, jealousy, spurious love will always be around the corner. Did he mean spurious? Spurious. I never heard that word before. Spurious. They want you to stop at that chapter. LOL. Shake that shit off and smile because you are a blessing. You're breathing, shorty. Stop forcing shit and sail your way through this beautiful experience. Stop rowing. Other hoopers always used to tell me that if I ever got the chance to play in the Mecca, go for it. I'm getting a second chance. The Mecca was all caps, by the way. Gotta make this one count, but I'm built for it. What's poo spelled backwards? That's hoop, right? This shit is in my blood. This shit just in my blood. Peace and love, kings and queens, right? Okay. This is what I said to this. I'll never forget when he cried when they traded him to us the first time. He lost my support for good. I hope he doesn't cut into Quickly's development and Julius's playmaking. And that's all I got to say about that, like my man Forrest Gump said. Derrick Rose, don't come with this shit, trying to be on your Bari, this, that, and the third. Fuck out of here. You did not want to play for the Knicks. You cried. You got here. You would not pass the ball to Porzingis. I remember watching you just look him off. He's not going to pass the ball to Quickly. He's not going to pass the ball to Julius. He's not going to pass the ball to Obi Toppin. I guess we're putting him there. He's not going to start. That's what I read. He's just going to come off the bench. He's probably going to take Austin Rivers minutes, which is cool because he ain't really been doing nothing. And he can go. We can trade him too. He's going to come off the bench. Am I excited? No. Think Derrick Rose is done. What are we going to get from him? What is he going to do? I saw what Derrick Rose had to give us when we had him. And he would not pass the ball at all. He did not pass. At all. He is not Derrick Rose, MVP Derrick Rose. If Thibodeau turns him back into 25 points per game scorer, all praise is due. But I'm just not excited for it. I'm really not. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm not excited. I'm just not. Take it where you want. Take it how you want. But I think that's it for this week. If you made it this far, shout out to me for keeping you entertained. Shout out to you for listening. We're gonna always stream now live on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook all at once. We're gonna stream everywhere. So spread the word. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube at Shop Heirlooms and like the video. And if you're listening on the iTunes podcast app, do this. Make sure you leave 5 stars, write a review. Before y'all go, let's look at the Jason Burke tweet of the week. You know Jason Burke got something for us. Jason Burke, there we go. Verizon Wireless. You have to do better than to charge me a data overage when based on my usage, I should be well below my limit. I have a callback scheduled from them today, and if they cannot cancel the charge, then they better give me a coupon or rebate. It had to be a glitch. Amen, Jason Burke. And he said, I hope the Chiefs win the Super Bowl because I hate Tom Brady on the Bucs since he went to the University of Michigan and he is a cheater. Maybe Jason Burke is an Ohio State fan. And my boy got the free short stack for joining the email list. He said I had about a $10 value with the pancakes, cheese, strawberry sauce, maple syrup, butter, and whipped cream. Jason Burke, you the man. I got to get him on the podcast. And he sent his condolences for my son Eric. Jason Burke, that's why you're a great guy, and I love you, and I got to get you on the podcast. But episode 182, the Antoine Redela episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to keep revolutionizing the show. I'm going to have guests on. I'm going to figure this shit out. Don't worry. Rate and review. Follow the shop and podcast on all social networks at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms.